Mike Bohn joined now by Brendan Allen, who fights Nassourdine Imavov in Saturday's co-main event at UFC Paris. A big one for you, Brendan. I don't know if it was up in the air for a little bit there, but we're getting it done. Are you happy to be there? Happy to be getting ready for this fight?
I'm thankful to be here. At this point, I'm just ready to go in there and see what's going to happen, to be honest. I want to see what the outcome's going to be because I don't obviously know the outcome and I don't control that outcome. So um, it's just the waiting game at this point. Cut the weight and anticipation to see what's going to happen.
Would you say you have a clear vision on what the outcome might look like in certain fights compared to others, where like maybe, I don't know, the confidence or the game plan is different, or is it all the same as what you just described?
Everyone's exactly like that. I keep it in my head to where I don't control the outcome. I just control my preparation, and I hope the cards fall in my favor. That's what I keep every time, and um, it's worked out pretty well for a little while.
Yeah, you've been on a roll, man. This is 5 rounds, right? Just to clarify,
Three,
it is
three.
three. Okay.
Yeah, he said no to five.
Okay, so I think I saw it listed somewhere it was five. So yeah, definitely three. That's what you signed for. Does that bother you? Do you wish it was five? I remember you said someone a few months ago about him kind of flip flopping on that.
Yeah, I was trying to get it for five. They sent contracts out for three. We signed it, and then afterwards they were like, "Oh, well, we should just make it five," because they saw me just messing around, posting about it, and we said yes. They said no, and yeah, so it's three. Like I said, and then all the other ones. Sometimes people just need everything in their favor, so it is what it is.
Do you think you get something in your favor just over that whole debacle, like almost a little mental one up, and knowing that maybe you were ready for something he wasn't?
Uh, Not really. I can see that point, but I don't think so. Like end of the day, he got his way, and it's still in his favor in his hometown in front of his people, with probably his judges and everything else. So, um, it is what it is. I'm here, and I'll be there on Saturday night if God says the same.
Yeah, you strike me as a guy who maybe embraces having all those things slanted against you a little bit, right? Like, do you relish that challenge, and it's only going to make the achievement of winning that much better?
Maybe I think of that during the lead up, but at this point, I'm just so focused on what I need to do and my preparation and the objectives I've put in place for myself. Um, that I don't really think of anything else, but it will make it a lot sweeter as long as it goes my way on Saturday night. I don't want to plan for something that couldn't happen and then it not happen, and yeah, so I'm just taking every moment as I can, being around my friends, my family, and just trying to enjoy the moment, enjoy the ride, get the work done, and show up Saturday night and do the best that I can do.
I assume this environment's going to be a lot different than the UFC Apex on Saturday. Was that something that excites you, even though they're probably going to be booing you, just to have that type of emotion and energy as opposed to an empty UFC Apex?
Yeah, I think I just know how to mentally prepare for the Apex. Obviously, I think I have the most fights or most wins in that venue.
Mm-hmm.
So I just know how to prepare for it. I know exactly what to expect. There's no surprise going to be there. But end of the day, I've still fought on arenas just like this. I haven't fought on obviously like a crowd that's probably going to be against me, even though I don't know how they view Imavov. I don't know if they view him as a real Frenchman because obviously he's got Russian blood. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know his story, so I don't know exactly what he is or how they view him. But either way, they boo me like whatever. It's just like fans for NFL team, like that's your boy, you rock with him, no problem. No harm, no foul. Just don't disrespect me to my face and we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, it is what it is. If you boo me after, like, all right, well, I'm ready to go back to the States anyway, so I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, I think we're done with the Apex though, right? If you win this fight, like I assume it could only be a number one contender fight or a title fight after this, and I would hope neither of those would be happening in the Apex. And if you're having your goal to be champion, I assume all that stuff is behind you. It would only be arenas from here on out.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny because my debut was in Boston. That was a crazy card. I think all the Boston cards are normally crazy because Dana
Yeah.
loves it there and does a great job trying to really make that, a banger event.
Hmm.
So that was cool. My second fight was in Norfolk, which was actually a really nice venue, big crowd. Like that was pretty cool. And then from there, I think we went to um, Apex for a while, and then I fought on the first crowd card after COVID in Jacksonville, and that was pretty cool. That one was really cool. So I expect it to be kind of like that. To be honest, I expect it to be like that, but just against me. So whatever.
Yeah, no, man, you've been on a roll, and I've told you this before, Brendan. I love how your nickname is All In because I've been a supporter of yours since the beginning. I think your
Thank you.
potential is incredible, and I think you have what it takes to be a champion for a good time in this division. So that I know that is the goal. What does a win here do in terms of crafting the middleweight division going forward? Because we saw Dricus win, of course. We're gonna have Hamzat and Whitaker fighting next month in Abu Dhabi. How do you think this all sets up, and where you ultimately fall into place?
I guess you never really know. I think ideally speaking, I think if I go out there and beat Imavov, especially if I finish Imavov within three in his hometown, in front of his people, um, I think I've checked every single box except one to fight for the title. And
Mhm.
there's nothing I can really do overnight to check the one box, which is followers. Like I don't really, I don't know. That's not my jam. So, um, but everything on a fighting level, I think after that, I'd have done every single thing. I think no matter who wins of Whitaker and Chimaev, like I feel like that's a fight for like Kyle. I think Kyle said he wants one more than the belt if he can't get the belt. Um, I think that's a great fight because I think he beats either one of them.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, my ultimate goal would be to fight the winner of the belt, whoever's fighting for the belt next, which I think is Sean and Dricus. Fight
Yep.
the winner of that, and then I think I would be looking to defend against Kaio because I think he would be next in line at the same time. So, um, yeah, I think that's where it is. Like new blood. I think I'm the new blood. I'm the youngest guy in the top. Um, I have the what me and Jerkis have the longest win streak in the division. So one of our win streaks got to end if he's still the champion. So I think there's a lot of good arguments to be made. The only negative is the followers, but everyone knows when I come to fight, like I'm coming to fight, win or lose. I'm gonna put on a fight. Um, you're gonna know you were in a fight unless you just catch me, and that's the only way I see guys beating me is just to catch me. Like you just got to catch me,
Mhm.
and that can happen to anyone on any given night. And I think that's the reason I always say to everyone, like I don't control the outcome. So um, end of the day, I think if I go out there and do my job Saturday, I think I have a hopefully a great um, argument, but I'm not willing to sit out for a year to see that. I know my boy Bully did it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not leaving money on the table like that. So I don't know. We'll go out there Saturday night, see what happens. Hopefully the cards fall in my favor in a good way, and we'll sit down next week and or hopefully next week and see what's next and what's the route, and hopefully I can get a good a good favor for once.
Yeah, no, you definitely deserve it at that point. I mean, you could say you're maybe the only other thing you're missing is the top 5 win, but you would check that box here if you get it done. So that would definitely be a huge thing in your favor. After seeing the last fight with Dricus and Adesanya, any change feelings towards Dricus? I know you've been pretty hard on him, his style over the years. Did that do anything for you to change perception, or is it still the same thoughts?
Yeah, so I still feel the same way as I felt, man. He can dig deep and he knows how to make it a fight. He's got that in his pocket for sure.
Yeah, definitely. If they called you after this and offered you Marvin Vittori, what would the answer be?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you're. I don't know how much you could say about that whole thing, but anything you could say about the whole incident at the casino?
Wasn't me, bro. I don't even I saw the same videos as everyone else.
Yes.
Some good looking guy, I guess, looked like me.
Case of mistaken identity.
Yeah, bro. AI, I guess. I don't know.
It's crazy what they can do these days.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Crazy world we live in.
the only fights you're having are in the cage. We know that, right?
Yeah, man. That's it, man. I just mind my business and stick to myself.
Yeah. And as we've talked about the whole time, I mean, on a serious note, even you guys once were booked to fight in the UFC, you're well beyond that, you feel, if you win this fight, I would assume, given everything we just said.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, my win streak speaks for itself.
Yeah. Last thing, Brendan, you and Moicano, both on this card in the main and co-main, you both have 6 rear naked chokes in the UFC. Kenny Florian is second place all time with 7. Damian Maia's first place all time with 9. Who's going to move one step closer to that all-time record? Are you guys both going to win by rear naked choke, or are you just going to win? How's this going to go down?
Man, honestly, I don't know, man. I don't put anything on it. The moment I start thinking like, oh, I'm gonna choke him, is when I'm like,
yeah,
I just miss it. I just mess up. So, um, I'm going out there to just implement my will and break him. Whatever he gives me is what I'm taking. TKO, submission, whatever submission. Um, but if it works out that way, that'd be cool. I guess we tie with him. I guess.
yeah, get second with
But I'll beat everyone probably in that statistic by the time I retire. So
exactly. I mean, to get double-digit submissions in the UFC, you're already in a good spot. You're second all-time. We just need Gerald Meerschaert to stop fighting because he keeps getting these submission wins, or you might never catch up with him.
I know, man, but I'm so happy for that guy. Look, he deserves it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you got a long future ahead, and this is obviously a huge piece of the puzzle and getting to where you want to be, man. So I appreciate the time, and best of luck out there, and hope you get some rest now, and best of luck on Saturday, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Have a good one, man. Thank you.